Hi crafty friends, how are you all? My name is Tony Darrick and this is the How to Craft Network Studio. Now today you are in for a treat. We're going to do a workshop together. Now you may already have your kit at home. I'm going to talk you through the kit. But if you are sitting on the fence and you're waiting for this show to see how it all goes together and how it's going to work, of course you can do that one as well. Now I do have a code if you do want to get involved and get the kit. This video is never going to go away. It will stay on our channel and you'll be able to pause, rewind, step by step, take your time and enjoy the moment and make something quite incredible. So before I get into anything else, the code, and I'll repeat this throughout the show for anybody who may want to go and get the kit because it's an outstanding value kit. So it's 241123H. 241123H. And that will get you the full complete kit that I'm going to show you here right now. Now, we did do an in-store demo day with this one and everybody made a fabulous project, but do you know what? Everybody's projects were different, which is fantastic. So today, and I haven't got comments up because I don't want to get distracted either. So it is a workshop, so I'm going to get straight into the detail because I am going to be cutting along with you. Now, in this live show, I'm going to be doing the cuts with you and show you how to build it together. And then hopefully you can take your project away with you and use the rest of the kit to embellish and make your own unique mini album system for your friend, yourself, just to look at if you want to. So let's just show you first of all what you're going to be able to make. Now you can see a few of the albums here. I made this one first, then I made this one in class, and this is the one that Sarah did, where she used some of the embellishments from her own stash. She's saving her other embellishments for another kit, which she's got on a show as well. So let's just show you the concept first. So it's an MDF box, okay? It has the lid on the top there, and then the album is built into the lid. It's absolutely wonderful. Now, I haven't put any photos in here or tickets or memorabilia or anything, but hopefully as you're making yours, you might have a particular person in mind and know where it's going. So you'll be able to decorate in your own time because it's impossible to create this in just an hour. Decorated, definitely not in an hour, but we'll get the bones of it together, and then hopefully you're going to run away after this show and decorate it amazingly. Now let's show you the kit contents, okay? It's absolutely incredible value. I hope you've got a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. Now, I think probably what most of you will do is watch it first if you've got your kit at home and then keep pausing and rewinding and going back for measurements and things like that. Some of you might craft along. I am doing lifetime cuts, so I'm sure there'll be some mistakes, but equally we're going to create an album in a box. Now, you have everything you need in the kit, okay? Absolutely everything you need. You have the feet, the handle, the feathers, whatever it may be. So it's down to you to just make it your own personal design. Now grab a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and let's crack straight on, shall we? Super duper exciting. Now we did do this in our indoor demo day. We had some lunch, we had some Christmas music. It was wonderful. So I'm hoping to do a few more next year, give you a little bit more notice, and then hopefully you'll come to the stores because you're all asking me for workshops. So I'm going to try and fit some in. But if I make the effort to do them, you must make the effort to come to them, okay? You can do them online. I appreciate not everybody's around the corner, but it is lovely to have you here in person and meet you all in person too. I didn't want to slurp that too loud. You'd be like, oh, don't want to listen to you slurping your coffee, Tony. So let's have a look at the kit. So when you get your kit home, if you've already got it, you should have 2 patterned papers. So you have your sort of your foundation pack, which is going to be brilliant for the backs of your pages. And you're not going to be too worried about cutting into this one because this is your foundation pack. You're also going to get the sort of patterned paper pack as well. Okay, I've also popped it in here for you, the painted mounts as well, because these are beautiful fussy cut out. The birds cut out beautifully, which means you can decorate the fronts of boxes and things like that. The flowers on the front too, absolutely incredible. So you get the mounts as well. You get the black cardstock for the pages, the hinges and things like that. And then in your embellishment kit, you get the MDF box, you get the 4 feet, you get the brass handle, and you get the feathers in there too. You don't have to use them, but they are part of the kit, so you can save them for maybe another project if you don't want them on this one. So shall we crack straight on? The first thing I'm going to do is show you how to put the box together. Super, super easy. Now, I have already put one together, glued, so we're ready to go. But I'm going to show you how I put it together quite simply. And then we can crack straight on and get right into it because it's super exciting. And I'm not too bothered about the building of things because that's boring. But I love the decorating side of it. I love it when it starts to come together and I make it my own personalised album. So let's just move these to one side. Now, I will say I'm not going to open these paper pads. No way. I have a pile on the back here. So these are what's left of my kits, and I've made two. I made both of these and I'm still going with the papers. So absolutely, absolutely wonderful. Now, you might be asking the question, can we just buy the box and the feet and the handles? Yes, you can. Sarah's going to get them loaded on for you, and she's sorry she can't be here today. She has TV commitments. So, but yeah, she's going to get them loaded on the website, so you can maybe buy extra boxes and use the papers that you have in your stash as well. That's probably going to be next year though. So we'll see how it goes. So let's just grab mine here. So they're two new ones. Let's just get rid of those because I don't need those. So I'll show you what I've got left from those two albums. So I'm really going strong, guys. I have lots of the foundation. As you can see, I've been fussy cutting and faffing and playing. I try not to have too much waste as well. So we'll see how it goes. Now, let me show you how the box goes together. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, by the way. I didn't ask, how rude of me. I hope you're all having a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. So let's just bring out this. So I'll just put this on the back for now and let's show you this. So it comes with the four sides, and you can see which are the four sides because they all have the rivets in there. It comes with a lid, which is just obviously square, no rivets in there, and then your base. So the way that I simply like to do it is quite quickly, super, super easy. This is the easiest part. Easy part. So let's just get some glue. So I get my base, which is the one with the rivets on all four sides, and then I pop some glue here. Now, I don't decorate the inside, and I'll tell you why in a second. Here, and I just leave that. And then I get my piece here, and I'm just going to, it slots on like that, but I obviously want this piece to glue in there, so I'm going to put a bit on here, a bit on here. And I'm just going to give that a second to grab. Try not to rush it because obviously it'll just keep collapsing if you try and rush. And then again, our next one, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to glue each one. And then down by the base here. And you'll be able to see where it connects quite easily. Let's just pop this one on here. I've never built an MDF box in my life till last week, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll pop that on, like so. So we're getting there. Now, the reason I don't like to decorate the inside is because, as you can see, the glue goes everywhere. So what I do is I decorate the inside after, because it just covers all those misdemeanors inside, if you know what I mean. So again, I'm just going to do this one here, and then down by the base here and here. Oops, daisy. Do it here. I was trying to put it on the wrong side. And then this one, so we've got our base. And then the sides. Oopsie daisy. And then this one. And then just hold it secure just for a second. Be patient, make sure it's all nice and flush. It's been cut to precision anyway, so you're not going to have any wonky edges or anything like that. So already I'm very happy. I don't know about it. All I've done is build a box. So hold it in place for a second, let that glue grab. Now you could put an elastic band around the base if you want to just hold it in place, but really it is actually holding itself. So just move that over. Let me just get some tissue for my mat. Let's just keep a tidy station. Feathers all over. So let's just have a look how this is going. Let's just go back on. So I'd just leave that, just set it to one side. It will honestly look after itself. I don't think it needs much else. Like I say, if you're a bit worried about it, maybe it's your first time like I was on the weekend, then just sit and hold it. I just talked for 10 minutes while I held it. So there we go. So I'm just going to set this one aside and I'm going to bring in the one that I've already glued about 10 minutes ago. There we go. You see it's still drying a little bit, but it's okay. So I don't like to decorate anything yet. I like to get all the construction side of it complete before I go anywhere near the fun stuff. And that's what I'm going to do with you guys. I think it's really important you understand the construction and then you can obviously build it as you please. So let's just move that to one side. Got 2 boxes on the go now. Tom did ask me if he could make one as well, so at least I've made an extra one for him. Right, so let's do our hidden hinge. Now, it's not complicated, but it does take a little bit of measuring. And I've done super easy measurements as well. So you need a cutter and a scoreboard. So I'm just going to grab my guillotine here to move this over. And this is where your black card comes into play, which is in your kit as well. So all you need to do is, I've got my measurements here. I'm not going to put them under camera because they are scribbles, but I'll talk you through them, okay? So our first cut needs to be 13 centimetres by 9 centimetres. 13 by 9. So let's just extend my arm here. Oh, I don't need to. 13 by 9. Let's just see. Super easy, guys. 13 by 9. Don't want to make a mistake. So that's 9. And then I'm going to cut it at 13, which is here. Oopsie daisy. Pull this down. And you end up with these. You need to save these. Okay, save these. So I've got 13 by 9. Shall I write it on? Let's write it on. Because it'll be hidden anyway. So I'll write it on for you so you have a visual. Let me just see if I've got a white gel pen to hand. I normally do have. Here we go. And I'll push it to the side in case. And then if you're playing catch up or you are actually doing it live, you've got a visual. So I get another piece of card. So the next one needs to be 11 by 9. You can see where it's going, can't you? So 11 by 9. Eleven by 9. You see they're going down in size a little bit there. So that bit that I just cut off, this big bit, I might get away with that. So next one is 9 by 9. Another piece of card. Then 7 by 9. You can see they're going down in size, look. Let's just overlay them a bit because I'm running out of space. And then 5 by 9. Let's see if we've got anything, any scraps would work. That would work perfectly. 5 by 9. By 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there are your measurements. Super, super duper easy, hey guys? And I never do like, I try never to do like 13.5 and a half by 3.5 quarter because it's overwhelming. It certainly overwhelms me. So I worked the mini album around the card. It's just easier and less waste. And I'll use these offcuts for my pockets and things like that. So let's do some scoring on this one. So our top one, let's start with our top one. So all we're going to do here is we're going to score 2 centimetres from the left and 2 centimetres from the right. Okay, so what I like to do is I pop it into my score. This is a score tool as well. Don't think I'm cutting. This is a score tool. So I just remove my my cutter up there. So I'm going to just line it up at the 2 here, and then I'm just going to use my score tool. Then I'm going to turn it round and do 2 on this side too. So I'll line it up with the 2. So what that gives me then is, I'm going to do it this way because I don't want to see that writing, is 1 hinge. We see that there? So, super easy. And shall I write 2 centimetres on here? Would that help? Some of you might be taking notes. I know, like, even though I'm live and you can rewind me, I know a lot of you like to take notes. So there we go. Can we see? So let's set that one aside. The next one, 2 centimetre from the right. Oh, nearly cut it then. That would have been epic. And then turn it round and do 2 centimetre on the other side. And then I have a second one. Yeah, so far. And then what will happen is, well, when we glue these, we'll glue one inside the other. So here we go. Let's just pop this to the side like so. Then the next one, I'm just turning it over because I don't want to see the writing on my album. So again, 2 centimetre from the right, turn it round, 2 centimetre from the left. Up and up. Yeah, that's going to sit inside there. Next one, 2 centimetre. So if you're doing in a scoreboard, you're just going to turn your card around and do them at 2 centimetre, okay? Yeah. See where this is going, can't we? Then our last one, they're getting thinner and thinner. 2 and 2. And we've got a wee one in the middle. We see that there? Tiny one. Tiny, tiny. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to glue them all together. Super easy. So what I like to do, and if you're wanting a real solid album that's going to give longevity and last for super long, maybe use some red liner as well. It just gives it that extra sturdiness as well. So let's show you how I glue these together. And I just use glue. So I get my largest, then I get the next one down, and then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my glue. I'm going to sit this one inside this one. I do everything by eye, but if you have like, if you're a bit like to get your measurements absolutely precise, maybe use your glass mat, line it up wherever you think is going to be the centre, and then place it in. I just go by eye personally. And pop that in there. Like so. Give these a real good burnish as you go. The pages are going to move nicely. So can we see already? And then the next size down. so far. And then the next one. Make a great wedding gift, great anniversary gift, teenage birthday. Absolutely wonderful. I love the idea of memory keeping. And this is just an alternative way, isn't it? So just stick that in the centre there. And you can see now our hinge is coming together quite nicely. And then we'll just pop our baby one in the centre. And there we have our hidden hinge system. Super, super easy, not complicated. The measuring's not complicated. The scoring's not complicated. I've kept it totally minimalist. So you can achieve this without the worry of I'm not great at maths or my dexterity is not great. So it's a lot to go at that, Tony. This has been made live with you guys like 5 minutes. So I know it's achievable for you all, okay? But equally, this video is live for everyone. I don't ever leave anybody out. And if you have questions and you're a little bit like, sorry, I'm a novice or don't quite understand this, pop a comment underneath this video because somebody will get back to you. If it's me, Tim, Sarah, somebody will get back to you, okay? So that's our hidden hinge system. Ta-da! So easy. Right, let's do our pages because the pages are important too. So you're going to need some black card. So each one of these hinges is going to have a piece of black card attached to it. So we know that the width is 9 centimetres because they were all 9, if you remember. So if we get some black card, let me just turn my measurements over. So 9 by 15. And the reason why I've done that is because if you may be a new album maker, to create pockets can be a little bit overwhelming. So I've done a pocket that's built in, super easy. But if you come to decorate the pages and don't want to have the pocket, you can just cover it with your pattern paper. So I would rather you have the pocket and it be there, but if you don't want it, cover it with paper, and I'll show you in a second. So 9 by 15. So let's get our cutter. Now I'm going to try and get the most out of this piece of cardstock here. So 9 by 50, is that 15? Yes. So the cardstock in your kit is 15 already, okay? So I need to do 9 wide. So look, I'll just show you guys. So the card here is 15 already, okay? So it needs to be 9. I'm going to go 9, cut it at 9. And I can do another one, get 2 out of this sheet. I told you I made it so you didn't have much waste, and then 9 again. So 2 pages already, set them aside. I'm just getting another piece, and we need 10 of these, 10, okay? So 9 by 15, another one, 9 by 15. 9 by 15, so that's 4. Look at the waist, just love. And these can be used as belly bands and all sorts in your projects as well. I'll just set those aside for now. Keep going until you get a pile of 10 total. So that's 6. 7. 8. 2 more. 9. 10. How cool is that? Now I'll just show you the 9. If you look at your hinge, when you come to stick it on your hinge, look, it fits seamlessly. So there's our page on our hinge. Super, super easy. So it's too long for our box, for example. Just bring in our box. Look, if I just pop this down the side, just to show you, look how long it is. But I've created a pocket, so you don't have to worry about cutting and messing again. So let's create the pocket. Super easy. So let's just move our hinge. Let's take this. So all of these now I'm going to take, so they need to be landscape, okay, not portrait, landscape. And you're going to score at 11. So 3 centimetres. 3 centimetres. It doesn't matter which end, 3 centimetres. So I'm going to pop it in my guillotine. I've got 3 here. 3 centimetre. And I'm just going to take my score tool and score. Hopefully you can see that. And then there's my pocket. How easy. Come on. So let's do them all. 3. Now, if you haven't got a cutter and a score tool all in one, I highly recommend them if you really do like these types of projects. We do a whole bunch of them, super inexpensive. And it saves you swapping out from cutter to scoreboard, cutter to scoreboard. It's helped me out massively having the combination together. I appreciate it's not for every project, but these types of projects, it truly is a lifesaver. So I'm scoring them all at 3, and these are on the web as well. So you might want to invest in one of these. They're so inexpensive, and we have replacement blades as well. So I'm just scoring at 3 centimetre from one of the ends. I'm going to do all of them. And then if I don't want to pocket on one of my pages, guess what? I'll just cover it with pattern paper. If you are crafting along, I hope you're getting on all right. I bet you've paused me already, haven't you? Mind you, I am doing it real time, so mind you, I'm a bit of a speed crafter, and I have done this before, so I will probably be a little bit faster. But don't forget, just pause me, mute me, rewind me. Just enjoy the process. Surely that's what it's all about. And then last one, 3 centimetre. And that is your album. Ta-da! We're nearly at the good stuff. Well, you are nearly at the good stuff. So let's have a look what we've got going on here. So here are all of our wonderful pages. Now, when I said pockets, if you glue down the sides of here, you have pockets. Let me show you. I'm just going to hold this a second. So now you can see we have a little pocket in there where we could pop a tag, a bookmark, a gift, a voucher. You could pop a pound, $1 note in each pocket. I wouldn't say £5 in each pocket because there's 10. Oh, could you imagine? But yes, you could pop anything in. Let your imagination run wild. So I'm going to glue all my pockets. But say, for instance, I don't want a page with a pocket. I've got nothing to put in a pocket. It's a waste for me. I would just maybe like a little bit of a pattern paper so I can stick a photograph. Then obviously I'm just going to, not now because this is too small, but I would just cover the pocket so nothing's lost, okay? It's better to have it and not want it than to think, oh, now I'm going to have to cut. Is it going to be straight? Is my mat and layer going to be straight? That's the way I like to work anyway. So that's that one. I'm going to do all of the pockets. I like pockets, even if it's just a tag, because people with a tag that says well done on it. I love the interactivity of it all. So what I'm going to do is every time I glue one, I'm going to pop in a block on top so it holds it in place for me. So I'm just going to pop them one on top of the other here. Oops, daisy, see what I mean? You're going to have to be a bit patient. I'm just going to get this block though. There we go. And then the next one. Maybe you just want 5 pockets, not 10. So just cover the other 5. I'm just holding this for a second. And I'm just going to pop it under there. Hopefully my acrylic block will hold it in place while it dries. There we go. And I'll have a quick slurp of my tea, because we're doing so well, guys. Although it is clap cold. So far, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think I've done it easy for you all? Hopefully we have, because I like easy peasy. Now, whilst these are gluing, let's just talk a little. Oh, that hasn't glued very well. Whilst these are gluing, what I'm going to say is, so the box is MDF. And I personally like the MDF raw. But as you can see from Sarah's, I'll show you in a second, she painted hers. No, she didn't paint. She used her distress inks on the edges to cover the MDF. Okay, so you have options. And then on one of the boxes that she did me, she painted it white. Let me just show you while they're gluing nicely. So on this particular one, she painted the box white for me. So you can paint your box if you want. This is the one that Sarah did with the distress inks, where she just distressed the edges with an ink pad. And here is one where it's raw. I don't think you can tell any different. I like the raw, and I like the smell too. But it is personal preference. Maybe you want to paint the box gold if you've got some gold in your stack. Whatever you want, it's your project. You can do as you please. So get some more glue on here. So basically we're just gluing all of our 10 pages. I'm sad my coffee's gone cold. I like my coffee. I don't think I could be any tighter with the glue, do you? Same old, Tony, same old. I'll never change, guys. You know that. Come on. Might need something heavier on that, like my die cutting plates. Boom. If anybody's tuning in now, they can be like, what on earth is she doing? What is she doing? Right, let's get some more glue on here. Next. So this is number 9. Be patient. I've got the patience of a nit. As my mum used to say, patience of a nit. Come on, come on. We'll have a quick review of them all when I've done them all, if there's any need, a little bit of a Brucey push with some glue. You can go under there. Right, let's have a look where we're at with all of these. Let's just move that. So these ones all look like they're good. All my pockets the right way. Now, when you come to put them in your book, there is no right or wrong way. With mine, I've done just random. Some pockets on the left, some facing each other, one to the right, one to the left. But if you're a little bit like crazy OCD, because I know a lot of crafters are like that, and that's totally okay, then get your pockets in order so they're all going to be facing the right way, because I know what some of you are like. So let's just see if these are dry. And then this one. Right. So let's just leave that on there for now. Right, so let's go back to our hinge. Now, it's really important that you burnish this hinge. Give it like a real good, maybe you might want to use your tool, because break the fibres in the card, and what will happen then is your book will move very softly rather than rigid. You know, break the fibres in the, so then you get this sort of nice and soft. Get it nice and flexed. like so. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to adhere our pages. Now, quick tip for you all, when you adhere your pages, and I'll try and show you as close as I possibly can. Right, so let's just grab one of our pages, say for instance this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue the page with the pocket at the bottom to each one of these flaps. Okay, like so. Right, if you glue this right up to the score line here, like so, flush, you're going to have a jaded album. So just pull away from, just by probably a mil, tiny amount. So your page is going to move freely. If you go on the score line, it will be a jaded book. It'll struggle to open and close, and then it'll separate because the glue can't get to grips with the loose join. So just pull your page away from your score line just slightly, like about that much. So it's going to have a free flowing system. Okay, super easy. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take all 10 pages and stick them all to one of these hinges. And there's 10 here and there's 10 here. You're not going to stick 2 to one hinge, 1 to a hinge. So let's do that. Now I just like to start at the front. There are no rules. And the way that we're doing it today is we're building the system, because then the pattern papers that you decorate the pages with hide all of the hinge system. And I'll show you in my album, when you come to, if you decorated the pages first, you would have a big black hinge over the top of your pattern paper. So it's best that you build the system first and then hide all of your sort of connectors. Now, if you've got magnets and things like that, of course you can do flippy floppy pages where pages open out and things like that. But hopefully you'll be able to see there, I am just shy of that score line. So make sure you bear that in mind, okay? So that's one. You see, one page. Make sure it glues, give it a second. Be patient with this part of the process, because this is honestly going to help with how long this album survives. So take the time, okay? So there's one. Super easy. Next one. Now I'm going random with my pockets. I'm now just going to pick them up and pop them in. So if they all end up odgy spodgy, that's the way that I like it, okay? So then just going to move the hinges all to the side. And the next one, don't put too much glue on, it's going to splurge out all over. And then all you're going to do is get your page and adhere it to the next flap. Now, don't be afraid to pick it up and pull away from that score line just slightly. I'm trying to do it so you can see on camera, but it's a bit difficult. Don't dry yet. Right, just 1 second. Let me just get it in place first. So just away from the score line. And then when I'm happy, I'll massage it onto that hinge. And then I'll fold it down. And I have 2 pages in my book. You see? 1, 2. So the next one. Turn this one around so they're not all the same way. So line it up, and then just as you've got it in line, pull it away from the hinge whilst the glue is still tacky. About 1 millimetre, tiny amount, and that millimetre will really help, trust me. So I'll just double check, yeah, I'm good. So I'm just going to massage that on. You could make a gorgeous wedding one with white cardstock. That's if you can keep your fingers clean. Give it a good old push. And then we have 1, 2, 3. And you see what I mean with the hinge? If that was decorated, I'd have an ugly black hinge on top of my decorated papers. Whereas now, if I decorate this page, it will hide the hinge and people will never know how we've connected our pages. That's why it's called the hidden hinge. Okay, so next one. Now, honestly, it doesn't matter either way. If you want to glue the right or the left, there are no rules. You're going to cover it with your paper like I just said there, so... I've got it on, it's level, and I'm just sliding it away from the hinge a millimetre. And my pages move nicely. So far, everyone, is everyone enjoying themselves? And once it's stuck, push it down and give it a good old... And there we have another. So keep going. Isn't it crazy how a bit of card can make you really happy? Just switched on my hot glue gun there, and I'll talk you through that in a second. Now we have another one. Keep going. So we're over halfway now. So I've glued it on, got it in place, and I've pulled it away ever so slightly. So now I'm flying through this, so hopefully you've got the same idea. You can see the system is seamless. Going to really speed through it. I think once you've done one, you'll be flying through these. Now this hidden hinge system, pull away from that seam, look, works in albums as well, not just to the box, not just to the lid of a box. It works for everything. So if you can apply the hidden hinge system to other projects you might have, be able to create some amazing things. Next one. So I line it up and then pull away. Line up and pull away. And then I've got two more. I'll just pulled it away slightly. And then the last one here. Oh, I'll star glue it on there. Hide that. So I'll glue it on and then I'll just slightly pull it away from that hinge. You can see a bit closer in. You see I just pulled it away just ever so slightly there. I'll manipulate it so it's going to be a nice smooth book. And there you have. How crazy is that? So simple. So all of the pages stuck to our hidden hinge with pockets as well, so we can decorate as we please. Now let me just show you mine. I just want to show you this. So when I did this one, as you can see, I did like a mat and layer. So you can do mat and layers if you want to. You don't have to cover the whole page. I like the mat and layers, but it is totally personal preference. On this one, I had some scrap cards, so I did an extending page. But again, hide all your hinges underneath your pattern paper if you want to, okay? So when you put your layers on, totally your call whether you do mat and layers or not. So let's bring in our box. Because like I said, we are I'm showing you the bones of it. It's then down to you to decorate it, which I know you'll all have so much fun doing. But I need to show you some elements that are important and which you stick by, okay? So when you get your lid, you need to decorate the inside of your lid in the black. And the reason we do that is because it's sort of like the hidden hinge blends beautifully into the lid, giving you a seamless design when you pull it out, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the lid. Now again, measurements, I'm not great. So you could, of course, pop it on, draw around and cut it if you want to. Totally up to you. Blade it off with some scissors, sand it off, scissor it, whatever you want to do. But the way that I sometimes do it as well is I just pop it onto the MDF in the corner and I just put a little finger mark. But if you are, let me cut this and I can give you the real measurement then, if you are a number kind of girl or guy. So this is 10 3/4. That's why I don't like doing them. 10 3/4 is the lid. Okay, I do it by eye or stick it on and blade it off, whatever you want to do. And hopefully we should have something that sits seamless. I've cut that a little bit long. Can you just see that's a little bit long on that side? So I'm just going to pop it in my guillotine and take a little bit off, tiny little bit. And again, if you blend in the edges with like an ink pad and things like that, you're never going to see these little like misdemeanors. So there we go. So let's glue this onto here. Now use red liner again if you're making it for a real special person, event. If you're selling them, make sure. So now we have the inners of our lid. Now this is where the magic starts to happen. So then all you do here now is you get your album. Now this is what's going to stop your lid from rattling around because the album's designed, can you see there? Designed to fit seamlessly in there, not rattling around. So this has been designed seamlessly inside the lid. So when it's decorated, it won't move around. It won't look loose or flimsy. So all you do now with this part here is you get your glue or your tape or even a hot glue gun. If some of you like to work with hot glue guns, of course you can do that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to get my album, and it doesn't matter if you do it this way or this way, really doesn't matter. So I'm just going to, I like to pinch my album at the end there, and I tilt my head to the side, and before I plop it down, sort of have an idea. So I look around, see if it looks like it's got a similar size all the way around. Move it over just a touch there. So that's nice, that's nice, that's nice. Then when I'm happy, I get the middle and push the middle. And I don't really let go of the middle. I open my pages. And then I don't let go of my middle. And I hope that's all going to grab beautifully. Just could do with moving that over just a touch. You've moved. It's just a little bit off to the, it is a lot off to the right actually, Tony. That was so bad. Let's just see if it'll let me drag it over a little bit. Oh, it is, it's moving, it's moving. So, you know, take your time. Regardless of how you do this part, if it's not right straight, it doesn't matter. It will still be beautiful in your box. There we go. Nobody's going to pick out your album and go, hey, you're off a centimetre or a couple of mil. So then when you get your album, it's seamlessly inside your box. How cool is that? How cool is that? Stick down. Just wait a minute. Trying to see if my pages are shorter or longer. That's just touching the bottom with the one we've just made. It is, it's slightly shorter. So let me just show you this, ladies and gentlemen, because obviously if you are making your album, it's going to be a little bit long, but it's fine. Let me just show you. So just look here to the side. You see I've got that little gap there? That's because our pages are too long. Now ask me how that's happened. I have no idea. So for this particular one, because it should fit like this, watch. You can hear it hit the lid of the box, whereas the one we've just made doesn't. There are ways, don't worry, and you'll still have pockets, but you may have to, now we've made this, grab your scissors and take a bit off the bottom. Now, with that in mind, if you are pausing or muting me, if 9 by 15 and score at 3, score at 3.5. Let's do a page, guys. So I don't want you to mess up your album. So 9 by 15, let's just move our projects to the side. I'll just grab my guillotine. And this is what I was saying earlier, wasn't it, about doing it live? We'll make mistakes, but it's nothing that can't be recovered. So 9 by 15. So my card is 15, we know that, don't we? So let's 9. And then we scored at 3, didn't we? So I'm going to score at 3.5. Let me just see now. 3.5. 3.5, guys. Sorry about me. Not 3, 3.5. So if you just look at the difference here. Let's look at the difference here. So if I just glue that in here, can you see the difference? Just that little bit there. So you need to just score at 3.5. And if you're crafting along and you've already done this, let me just show you a way to get around it, okay? So you're just going to take your scissors or your guillotine. Yeah, it will go in your guillotine. Look, we've not adhered anything. And just take a slither off the bottom of each page, okay? Oh, I'm gutted about that. I will trim it down though. Oh, come on. Why? But anyway, this is how it fits to your lid. So let me just write this down for you, because I don't want you to make a mistake. So your pages are 9 by 15 and scored 3.5 centimetre. I'll just let you look at this if you want to screen grab. There we go. So 9 by 15 for your 10 pages, 10 pages. At 9 by 15 centimetre and then score 3.5. Okay, and you get this. And then that will make sure your pages are not too long for your book. Now I'm just going to very, very quickly hack this so you can see it is achievable, but I want it to fit in my lid. I know it's only like a couple of mil, so I'm literally just going to put my scissors on there and take the couple of mil off the bottom so my pages go inside. If you've got OCD, you're going to hate doing this, by the way, so hopefully you're watching. And then I just pop a little bit of glue in the bottom so my tag or my gift doesn't fall out of the bottom. So funny. But nobody'll know. Nobody'll know. Well, you guys know now because you've seen me do it live. But, you know, it is what it is. And because you haven't decorated the pages either, it's absolutely fine. Try now. Ta-da! Oh, you see now? No gap. Thank goodness, no gap. Right. So, very quickly, let's just have a look at some of the other elements which are important. So we need to look at our base. And I want to show you the base because I want to show you how I get the feet on, because there is a little bit of a knack to it. So you can decorate the whole 4 sides of your box as you please. If you want to leave a matte and layer, however you want to, okay? You can paint it, you can decorate the inside, totally up to you. But I'm just going to show you how I like to adhere the feet, because that in its entirety is the bones of your album. It literally is. All of the rest of the stuff is the good stuff where you're going to be able to personalize. But before I do anything else, I just want to show you the base. So we need to cut our base, we need to cover our base, because this needs covering before you add the feet. So I'm just going to pop a little finger mark in there and a little finger mark in there. Now, if to anybody who comments underneath this video, I am going to give a complete album. I will choose somebody and send them a complete album. If you can, share the show. That's wonderful. Share the love of craft, please. I will go on and pick a winner to win this album. And I promise you it will look incredible by the time that I have finished it. I promise, I promise. So there we have our base look. And I'm just going to glue this in place. Now you could use pattern paper. It doesn't have to be black. And I just love how card does stick to MDF beautifully. I just love it. I like to see the MDF. I love wood, as you all know, so it is personal preference. But if you want to paint it up, the box, you can totally do that too. So I have a hot glue gun for these sorts of things. If you don't have a hot glue gun and you're using everyday glue, that's absolutely fine, but you're going to have the patience until it dries. So if you're doing it, make sure you've got some time to do it. Don't rush through it because the feet will keep dropping off. You'll end up with glue everywhere. It'll frustrate you. But if you have a hot glue gun, it is the way forward. The hot glue gun that I recommend is this one. It's the Tech glue gun. It's absolutely incredible. It's available on Create and Craft. I've got a few of these because my son does hot glue gun art. Absolutely awesome. It's got very little drip. It's got a great sturdy base, and the glue for it's pretty inexpensive. So in this particular one, because I'm lazy, I haven't. I'm just pushing that glue in there. I haven't changed it, and it's gold, which is quite convenient actually because the feet and handles are gold. So the way that I adhere the feet, if you put glue all over this corner here, it's just going to go and look a hot mess. So the way that I like to do it, I'll just show you here, is you see the flat base of your foot in your kit, this bit here, that's going to fit flush on the bottom. So as long as you glue this onto here, the rest will look after itself. If this is flush here, it'll be flush here because it's at a 90-degree angle, okay? So let me show you how I do it. So I just get the glue and I pop it in the sort of like the crease lines of the feet. Hopefully I've got enough glue in this. Come on. Yeah. Like so, I like do a little T, should you wish, in here. And then all I do is I concentrate on getting the base onto there and then I push. And it's done. Absolutely wonderful. So let's do another one. So up there and then down by the base. Don't put too much in. It'll all just splurge out the holes, be a hot mess. So line up the base and push onto your project. Done. Next one. It's easy to think more glue is going to hold it secure. More glue and you take the risk of it just pulling straight off, which is actually what happened to my handle. I glued it on and it came straight off, but I did have quite a bit of splurge. So just grab my other handle here. So you can see how if you've got some velvet coloured card, like effect card, you can have a velvet base, really make it extravagant. Now I could absolutely just decorate that up. Give it a second to cool. just going to switch that off. Just show you. These feet are so beautiful. Now we have our wonderful box. Isn't that just adorable? And then our lid. Now what I did with the handle, because really now it's down to yourselves now to decorate this. Really is. I'm not going to... But with the handle, I just did exactly the same. Let me just do the handle as well. Or let me just turn that back on. Let's do the handle as well. And then at least all you have to literally do is decorate your pages inside and in the front if you want to. So yeah, if you post a comment underneath this video, I'll pick a winner. I'll finish this up and I'll send out one lucky winner an album. But equally, when you've made yours, if you want to show your makes on Funky Fossils page, Stamps by Me page, Eureka fan page, please do so. Please do so. We love to see your makes. We really, really do. So let's have a look, see if my gun's just cooled down. So all I'm going to do here now is pop my album back in. And then I'm going to get the handle. Oh, it should be on the bed. Get the handle. Decide where I'm popping it. If you want absolute precision centralised, you might want to do the cross. Me personally, I'm okay. So decorate it first, won't you? And then all I do is, you see there's a little hole in there. There's a screw hole as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some glue in there. And then just a little bit. Don't go heavy on the glue, because when you press it down, it's all just going to splurge. So I'm just going to stick my head in and drop it down. There we go. Ta-da! So now it's just down to you picking. You've got your papers in your stash. You've got your wonderful feathers. And let me just show you the albums that we've created here, just to give you some examples in case you're thinking, right, how am I going to decorate this beauty? So you can see. Totally awesome. Totally awesome. So let's just set this aside here, because I'm going to decorate that for a winner. And let's show you this one. So if you've got magnets and things, of course you can black on the base, flowers on the front. I did a little bit of flower in the corner there just to jazz it up a little bit. Use the same paper all the way around. The great thing about the papers is you have enough papers to decorate it all the same. I just left it white because Sarah painted it white, but I would have probably covered that in black if not. And then you just have all of your pages with the belly bands and the pockets where we can put things in there. I've not decided what I'm going to do with this one yet. I put a little pocket at the top there, look on that one. So you totally have options. So that's one. And then this one I haven't decorated inside, but I did this exterior in the pink with some more feathers as well. I think the feathers are really cute, but you can see how different it looks. And this was given to me from one of the ladies in the class, and I thought that just makes that handle look even extra special. So if you've got something in your stash, and again, the album is built into the lid. And oh, on this one, look, I did a patterned lid. I think I like the black better. So that needs decorating. And then let's just have a look at Sarah's very quickly. Let's turn these around. So if you have any questions at all about anything, I'm not going anywhere. Just ask the questions. They might seem like silly questions, but they're totally not. So this one's Sarah's, and she used some things from a stash. So she used a smaller handle here. The feet, she used her distress ink, and I think she said she brushed it with some wax. It's got like a bit of a goldy corner. And then she went over it with some crackle, and it has given it a little bit of a crackly. So if you're really into sort of like textures and layers, you can totally build it up. And then she has all of her pockets here, which she has done more than me. So we have some tags. She's embellished the pockets, vellum wraps, some things from her own stash with her journaling, some sentiments. She's way ahead of me. Mind you, mine's decorated on the outside. Hers is not, I guess. No competition. No competition. Some of her looks, cuts, embellishments as well to embellish the pages. But again, what a beautiful gift for somebody. Memories forever. Remember that, guys. So there we go. So if you are interested in the kit is available on the website. And the code is 241123H. 241123H. We'll send the kit out to you, and then you can do it along with me, as I have done today, and create something totally, totally awesome. If you've never tried a mini album before, this is fantastic. The energy and the vibe that you get from creating something so personalised. Cards are amazing, but so personalised in a mini album is exquisite, honestly. Absolutely cool. So don't forget, pop a comment underneath this video. I'm going to do a giveaway of a mini album, a complete one. I'm going to finish this one, and I will pick a winner for there. And then don't forget to show your mates on our wonderful Eureka fan page as well. We'd love to see you mates. So whatever you're doing, have a fantastic day. I hope you've enjoyed that. Any questions, pop them below, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Have a great evening, guys. Take care. Bye.